Alright guys, this is Skinless, the guild leader for the Eternal Alliance, and today we're going to be looking at the Smuggler's Run resource event. So it is a reoccurring event that gives you some pretty awesome salvage pieces for your mods, which we know that mods are invaluable to the game. They are the lifeblood and basically what runs the world here. So you want to make sure that you are able to complete the top tiers. So what does that take? So if you've ever been like me and you need to build up some stuff to do an event, we can kind of look at what some of the most valuable options are, but you always want to make sure you can get back to that Gear 12 tier, that last tier, to get the best rewards. You do have to have a full team comparatively to the earlier phases where you only need to have 3 tunes, and within this here, I've got some favorites, but there are some honorable mentions. When you'll kind of see with my team composition, I'm always going to use a Qir'a. I'm going to use my 2, Chewie and then Han. I use Nest, and then I use the veteran here. So you could use the Young Scoundrels if you did invest in them. It's not a team that I really spent a lot of time working with and getting built up. And in fact, the one that I missed the most that I really wish I worked on, and I definitely recommend for all players as you're going through and you're setting up your Scoundrel teams, is going to be the Vander Chewbacca, because he's got that Reviva Zeta there, and he's absolutely just a menace. The other honorable mention that I would say that I actually think is the better composition, if you can do it, is getting the L3 tank built up. But it just really depends on where you're at in the game and what way you've gone in your style of play. So my main composition is always going to be the Qir'a lead, because, well, that's the only leader ability, and really, I mean, she's got a good leader ability, but at the end of the day, you're always going to want to make sure you at least have a leader in the leader slots, because without a leader, I mean, you're wasting precious extra abilities that you could have, and really you're just wasting your team, essentially. You definitely want to at least have the Raid Han Zeta on him for the Han shoots first, so you can get the extra stun out there. With Chewbacca specifically, the Loyal Friend is going to be the main one that you need to really do well with him. I do recommend both, but if you're gonna only do one for some reason, definitely go with Loyal Friend, so you get the assists in there along with the assist with the additional unit. I don't really have that great of mods on a lot of these guys, but enough to get me by. Emphy's Nest, you don't need the Zeta to do it, but it does help. You want to have high tenacity while she's going to be going through. She needs to basically, instead of having the larger health pool, she uses the protection pool to, when she gets hit the multiple times. It's a whole other kit mechanic I'm not going to get into in this video. I've got a really great link if you need one, but Nest's kit is a whole other ballpark, but I can tell you right now that she is an amazing tune. So with the vet, again, you could use L3 in his place, and I wish I had the Vander Chewbacca, but he works for me as I'm going for Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, and I get the most use out of him as far as damage wise. Plus you get the specific stun with this AoE ability. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into this and kind of look at kill orders, because that's really the most important part of everything in this game. It's always kill orders. This is what I always talk about if you've ever watched any of my other videos. So in the very first tier, I actually go after the ranged trooper to go ahead and stop the additional buffs that we're going to get. So he's got a stun on him, and we can go ahead and just kind of start chipping away at him. I might call an assist, try to get some other little bits out there. And then from here, you could probably go for either the scout, who has the lowest health, or the commander. So I'm actually going to go after the commander, just make sure I get him out of the way so he's not going to be doing healing. And from here, for the rest of this first wave, easy peasy, just kind of basic it up. So nothing too crazy is needed there. It's not until a little bit later here. So, like, when we get here, my first instinct was always to actually go after a ranged trooper once again, because you want to stop him from all of his buffs, or you're going to stop Magma Trooper from his AoEs. But really, the enemy of the day is going to be Veers. If you have that shoot first Zeta, you're getting the stun out there, and that is absolutely clutch. You definitely want to have that there. And that's why I keep preaching about it. From here, because we're kind of stuck in this spot, Qir'a has her wonderful Dispel ability, which is, again, valuable there. And you need to have Qir'a to make this work, because you need that leader ability. From here, at this point, once you've gone ahead and you've taken down your ranged trooper and you've taken down Veers, you're pretty much free to go wherever you would please. I tend to just go for whichever one it ends up auto-selecting for me at that point. So there we go. Alright, so here is where it really counts. With this tier here, you've got the 2 Death Troopers, you got the 2 Short Troopers, so you got the taunts, you got the damage, and you got Krennic, who's just absolutely just all sorts of, just a mix of just nasty things. So I always target a Death Trooper, specifically to ensure that I'm getting less hits on me the whole time, because that's really where things can go south. So from here, what I'm going to go ahead and do is probably we actually stun one. It didn't work. Wow. So as you can get the stun out there, try to stop the Short Troopers from taunting, which would be ideal. From here, I'm going to go ahead and actually use the Kinetic Charge, so that way what I can get is I can get a daze to stop any assists out there on the field, while I start kind of picking away at people, stopping any extra gain. This is kind of a tough call here. My initial instinct is going to be to just finish off Death Trooper, but I really would like to stun Krennic if I can help it. Okay, cool. So we went ahead and got the stun. I'm going to go ahead and call Han to assist. There we go. So from here, I usually will go ahead and start targeting Krennic, because the Short Troopers themselves really aren't damage dealers. They're just there to be an annoying taunt mechanic, so you don't have to really get them out of the way if you just use your dispels. So that's why dispel tunes are so important. There we go. And with that kill order, that's how I always walk through with my 3 stars on this event. So if that's all you need there, we can go ahead and you can call it good, skinless is out kind of thing. But if you'd like, I can go ahead and I'm going to do one more quick run here within it, and kind of just show you the difference between what it could be like using something like L3, like another tank. So it's a couple different combinations you could use. I don't know that I necessarily could make it happen personally without using Emphy's Nest, Chewbacca, Han Solo, and Qir'a. There are plenty of other really great teams out there that'll work within it, but we can go ahead and do one quick more run since it only takes a second to do so, and kind of show you how, once again, it's all about that kill order. So rather than having the Old Man Han didn't really do too much for us when we did the last run, but at the same time, we want to outline how you don't have to use an exact lineup that is listed by some random guy on YouTube. So you can truly, at the end of the day, make anything work as long as you have the right levels. The right mods, honestly, is really the main key of what it all comes down to. So, I mean, I've got a lower gear L3. She's holding pretty well. I don't know that she's going to make it to the end of the battle, but we'll go ahead and give her a try. We will definitely give her her best go. Alright, so once again, still going through the same exact kill order. I'm just still running through there. And yeah, you can see L3 is failing on us. Somebody plug her into the Falcon. Let's see. Okay, so she at least made it through through the second wave, so that we can get outside and plug her into the Falcon. So, and once again, the same exact lineup here every single time. There we go. So we're gonna go ahead and continue. I always recommend that once you start taking down a tune, finish that tune before you move forward. Don't jump to the next one. Yes, there are 2 Death Troopers, but finish the one that you started. Finish what's on your plate first before you start trying to get into anything else. Chewbacca also has the Dispel, which is again invaluable. Dispels are your best friend. So same exact kill order, different lineup, a little bit different levels. You can do it with lower gear levels. I can't really take gear levels off my tunes to try to show you the lowest you could do it, but this is going to be your kill order no matter where you're at, and that's how you walk through this event. So I hope that you enjoyed watching the video in a couple different combinations, and as always, feel free to reach out if you have any questions, comments, concerns. I do take requests as needed, and you can hit me up on Discord at any time. Until next time, Skinless is